15 seconds.
15 seconds. We're on? Oops. Welcome to this public meeting of the Princeton Board of Education. The board is an elected, unpaid group of 10 citizens who set policy and make decisions on educational, financial, and personnel matters for the Princeton Public Schools on behalf of all residents. We are always pleased when members of the public attend our meetings. The board and the school district operate under applicable New Jersey laws and under regulations of the New Jersey State Board of Education. Each meeting includes opportunities for those attending to comment on items on the published agenda or other matters of interest to them. The board reserves the right to limit the time allotted to public participation. Law limits discussion of individual personnel and confidential matters. We hope that our meetings provide useful opportunities for communication between the board and the community. Thank you for attending.
As required under the Open Public Meeting Act, NJSA 1046 et sequentia, adequate notice was given for calling this meeting. It was authorized by the Board of Education and forwarded to the municipal clerk, Princeton Packet, and the Trenton Times on January 9th, 2025. It was also distributed to the schools and others on the standard distribution list. The board reserves the right to enter into executive session during all meetings of the Board of Education. Board Policy 168, recording devices, requires that we inform those attending this meeting that the proceedings are being recorded. This meeting is being live streamed. The representative of the sending district is authorized to vote on such matters that affect sending district students or affect the governance of the Princeton Public Schools as more specifically designated in NJSA 18838.1. Sending district votes pertaining to personnel actions refer to high school, central administrative, and district-wide staff only. Votes otherwise are considered abstentions. In the event that the statute is amended, the law should take precedence over this bylaw.
Thank you, Mr. Bolden. Would you please call the roll?
Yes. Daphne Kendall.
Here.
Beth Barron.
Here.
Adam Bierman.
Here.
Debbie Bronfeld.
Here.
Mara Franceschi.
Here.
Susan Cantor.
Here.
Ari Mizell.
Here.
Chris Santarpia.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Bolden. Can I get an can I get a motion for the adoption of the minutes for January 21st, 2025? Ari, second. Chris?
Daphne Kendall.
Yes.
Beth Barron.
Yes.
Adam Bierman.
Yes.
Debbie Bronfeld.
Yes.
Mara Franceschi.
Yes.
Susan Cantor.
Yes.
Ari Mizell.
Yes.
Chris Santarpia.
Yes. Yes.
Motion passes.
No, it's totally fine.
Can I get a motion for the adoption of the minutes for February 4th, 2025? First Mara, second Ari.
Daphne Kendall.
Yes.
Beth Barron.
Yes.
Adam Bierman.
Yes.
Debbie Bronfeld.
Yes.
Mara Franceschi.
Yes.
Susan Cantor.
Yes.
Ari Mizell.
Yes.
Chris Santarpia.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Welcome to this meeting. We're going to try to do a very streamlined meeting tonight because of the weather outside, and we want our staff to get home safely. So we had a social emotional learning presentation by John McMichael, who's our supervisor of counseling, and that will be in March, as well as hearing from some students who won some big science awards. So we'll hear from both of them in March. So moving on now. Can I get a motion for the ratification of OP-EIU 32 contract? First Mara, second Debbie. And so before we vote on this, I just want to say that the OP-EIU 32 PP STA is a new union, and it consists of 11 members of our staff that are part of the tech union. And so we're very pleased to have had a collaborative negotiation and have this contract on the agenda for approval tonight.
Daphne Kendall.
Yes.
Susan Cantor.
Yes.
Beth Barron.
Yes.
Adam Bierman.
Yes.
Debbie Bronfeld.
Yes.
Mara Franceschi.
Yes.
Ari Mizell.
Yes.
Chris Santarpia.
Yes.
It's, motion passes.
Thank you, Mr. Bolden. Yep. And then, because we would also like you to get home, I know you have a few words to say.
Yes, very quickly. Good evening. We are very grateful. We wish to express our appreciation for your support and collaboration in completing our union contract. Our shared goal of enhancing our community's education made this milestone possible. We are thankful for your openness to hear us out and address our needs. This contract marks a promising beginning, and we look forward to working closely to ensure that students, staff, and community members have what they need to be successful. And thank you again for your support and dedication, the members of the PPSTA OPEIU 32. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Gabe, Jack, for joining us. Danny, Matt, you're here anyway, but it's nice to see you all. And I guess everyone but Matt can leave. But get home safely. And, we really do appreciate what you do because technology is very important and you're at the front lines with the kids and the staff. We appreciate it. All right, moving on now to the superintendent's report.
So I will be brief as well. First, congratulations and welcome. We're really happy to work with our union. And for those of you that did not get the robocall text or email, just a reminder that there is a delayed opening, 90 minutes tomorrow morning. And we look forward to seeing everyone 90 minutes later. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Foster. So moving on now to our public forum. If there's any member of the public who would like to comment, now is the time. Not seeing anyone. We'll move on now to our board committee reports. So committee highlights, and we're going to start with operations with Susan.
Again, we're also going to do abbreviated reports. Matt sent out to the fellow board members our report. So just for the public, we met on February 5th at 8 a.m. We covered topics around updates around the referendum, continuing our sustainability initiatives. We had a report on several different projects that are going to be underway, and we are excitingly interviewing consultants on our solar, and we're excited to get that project started for the future. So our next meeting is March 5th at 8 a.m. It is open to the public, and we invite everyone to join. For my fellow board members, please see our notes. They're very dense, and we did a lot of work during that meeting.
Thank you very much. Mara with personnel.
The Personnel Committee met 8:30 a.m. on Thursday, February 6th. There's discussion surrounding the district's annual performance review process and the upcoming Assistant Superintendent of Student Services position search. Our next meeting will be closed on Thursday, March 6th at 8:30 a.m.
Thank you. Next up is policy with Beth Barron.
Policy met on February 5th, and we discussed the policies that are on the agenda this evening, and we meet again on March 5th.
Thanks, Beth. Next up, student achievement with Debbie.
Right.
Microphone.
Sorry. SAC met on February 7th. We had a presentation on the bridge program at the middle school. We had a presentation on the 90-minute block schedule at the high school, and we also had a discussion on integrity at the high school. Our next meeting will be March 14th and is also open to the public. I also want to put a plug in. Our first equity meeting will be Monday, March 10th at 6 p.m. at Valley Road. I hope you can join us.
All right, thank you. I was going to ask you that, so thank you for that. All right, and just because our committee reports are abbreviated doesn't mean the committees are doing abbreviated work. In fact, it's the opposite. So just, again, we just want to get everyone out tonight before the roads get too bad. Moving on now, L1 policies for first reading, L2 policies for second reading. M1 retirement, M2 resignation, M3 personnel item, M4 leave of absence, M5 substitute student placements, M6 curriculum instruction, M7 student services, M8 6-period compensation, M9 job descriptions, 10 abolishment of job descriptions, 11 athletic appointments, 12 transfer reassignments, 13 appointments. And then we have the PPSTA appointment reappointment for 24-25. Moving on now to curriculum and instruction, and 1 grant application, ESEA for fiscal year 25, and 2 student overnight trip, and 3 student day field trip. Moving on to student services, O1 educational placement of pupils 24-25, O2 educational placement of pupils 24-25, Mercer County Technical Schools. Then we move on to the P1 business, financial reports, P2, determining the form and other details of 89 million school bonds of the Board of Education. Mr. Bolden, really quick, can you just tell us what that is?
So that is the form, the legal form, which our bond counsel provides to us. We have to do that ahead of time. it was going to be a little tight. We certainly, on the time frame, if we waited 5 more weeks, so, which was no problem to do it now.
Okay.
But we have to do that upfront ahead of the bond sale, on a timely basis,
Okay.
which is a competitive bond sale, which we're targeting for March 25th.
Okay.
So
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bolden. Good luck with
you're
that.
welcome.
I'm sure you'll update us on all the particulars.
You'll have documents to sign, remember?
Yes. And
Yes.
1L.
1L, exactly.
Yep. P3 fire and evacuation drills. P4 FVHD architectural group contracts for the referendum projects. And no, P5 is sale of excess equipment purchased with federal funds. P6 settlement mutual release agreement, and P7 is settlement agreement. P8 is registration travel agenda. Before we move on to our next public comment, we wanted to, can I get a motion for a resolution to send the tuition rates for PRESA and the PPSTA to the Executive County Superintendent for permission? First, Beth, second, Ari. Any discussion? So why we're doing this is because there was a recent change in New Jersey law that said that because of some shenanigans by some other districts, that only certificated, that the board could only negotiate a tuition reduction with certificated staff, which is our school teachers. But there has been a change. And so now the law requires that we be consistent with the amount we charge for the tuition of non-resident students of non-certificated staff, which includes our tech union and includes our administrative staff union. So these rates are taken from both contracts, the PRESA contract and the PPSTA contract that we just approved tonight. Once we authorize this resolution, Dr. Foster and Matt will send it on to the Executive County Superintendent for permission, for his permission and approval. Am I missing anything? No. Okay. Mr. Bolden, can this be part of the consent agenda? Or should we do a separate resolution?
No, if it's walked on,
Okay.
would take an action vote. And it's the, I think you, and I'm not, I just want you to clarify,
Yes,
the
please.
administrative, like unaffiliated staff, and then the service union, was that what you, or? what
So
was
I meant
I just
our
wondered.
administrative staff, so not administrator,
Unaffiliated,
well, and
administrative staff.
unaffiliated as well? Okay, thank you for that.
Non-certificated.
Oh, I meant
unaffiliated.
the non-certificated.
Right, I
So
just wanted confusion with like PAA.
our
'cause-
PRESA, our PRESA
Got it.
union. Okay.
Great, so the, hold on, just. let me
So
get
does
the,
anyone have any questions? Want to discuss it?
Well, maybe in the future, though, I don't know, we have more contracts coming up, maybe not have the exemption. I mean, it's a lot of money we pay for we subsidize, in my opinion, students who come out of district, but I understand it's in the contract and that's just how it's going to be. But maybe in the future, something to phase out.
Thank you.
Daphne Kendall,
Yes.
Susan Cantor,
Yes.
Beth Barron,
Yes.
Adam Bierman,
I said I was going to go for it. So yes.
Debbie Bronfeld,
Yes.
Mara Franceschi,
Yes.
Eleanor, Ari Mazel,
Yes.
Chris Santarpio.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Mr. Bolden. All right, now moving on to our second public comment. We have a taker. It's our first one, like 3 meetings. So thank you for coming. Just state your name, please, and just the street you live on in the town. And please try to keep your comments to 3 minutes, but go
It'll be
for it.
quick.
All right.
Abby Kalmbach, Orchard Circle. I want to thank you guys for recommitting to protecting our kids and continuing to uphold the values that we've had, and you guys were all elected here to represent. Thank you, Dr. Foster, for serving as an interim superintendent. I'm really excited for the new superintendent who has so much background in dual language. And so I'm really excited to have the community park school where people come to this area for the dual language, and to actually have that be a dual language program that is effective for all of our students. There's a lot to be improved there, and it's great to have an expert in languages leading the way. But it was great to have your interim here so that we could get to that point.
Yep.
Thank you. And also thank you for your quick action on some of the issues that were happening with the after-school program at Community Park. I hope that that continues to be good. I have not had any incident reports yet this week. Had 4 last week, so things are going better. So thank you all for your work, and I'll let you guys get home.
Thank you. Thanks, Debbie, for coming, and we appreciate your comments. All right, moving on now. Is there anyone else for public comment? No, no one else. All right. Holy smokers. All right. Can I get, so, I know. They don't have that in Vegas on the sports books, but R1, can I get a motion for the approval of the consent agenda items? Chris, second. Ari?
Daphne Kendall,
Yes.
Beth Baron.
Yes.
Adam Bierman,
Yes.
Debbie Bronfeld,
Yes.
Mara Franceschi,
Yes.
Susan Cantor,
Yes.
Ari Mizell,
Yes.
Chris Santarpio.
Yes.
Susan Cantor.
Consent agenda
Did you
passes.
say Susan Cantor?
Did I?
Okay, I didn't hear it.
I went a little fast, you're right.
But thank you for, yes, appreciate it. Our next meeting is going to be March 18th, right here. In the meantime, a lot of work will be going on. Expect that to be a very long meeting. But for tonight, I hope everyone gets home safe. And with that, can I get a motion to adjourn? Mara, second. Debbie, all in favor? All right, good night.
Oh, you have a record.
Thank-